Hi everyone, this is Faisal Nadeem from Knowledge Topper and welcome to today's lecture on third-party risk management. This is our second part in which we will cover third-party risk management framework. Okay, in our first part we have already covered the definition, scope, importance, and types of third-party risk management with the help of practical example. Okay, so if you haven't watched that video, I suggest you to please watch that video first in order to have more clarity in understanding the framework and process of third-party risk management. Okay, first of all, we will discuss the definition, then we will see the third-party risk management framework. Okay, so let's start it. Third-party risk management framework refers to the structured approach and processes used by organizations to identify, assess, monitor, and mitigate risk associated with their relationships with third-party vendors, suppliers, service providers, or any external entities they collaborate with. Okay, I said it's a structured approach because we have to follow a process that involves our framework's general principles. Okay, and the framework helps organizations understand the potential risk that may arise from these relationships, and by implementing strategies to manage and minimize those risks. Okay, now we will understand the third party risk management framework with the help of an example. Okay, let's consider a bank that relies on a third-party payment processing company to handle its online transactions. Okay, so all these are the key steps, or you can say components of a third-party risk management framework. Okay, we will understand each step one by one with the help of an example. Okay, first of all, we have risk identification. This step involves in identifying and cataloging all third-party relationships within the organization. It includes gathering information about the nature of the relationships, the services or products provided, and the criticality of those relationships to the organization's operation. Okay, if we talk about our example of a bank, so in first step, the bank identifies its reliance on their payment processing company, and categorizes it as a critical third party relationship due to the direct impact on customer transactions, and the potential for financial losses as well. Okay, then in second step we have risk assessment. Okay, so once the relationships are identified, a risk assessment is conducted to evaluate the potential risk associated with each third party. This assessment considers various factors such as the sensitivity of data shared, regulatory compliance requirement, financial stability of the third party, and their security practices as well. If we talk about our example, in this step, the bank assesses the payment processing company's security controls, their financial stability, and also their compliance with relevant regulations, like such as the payment card industry data security standard. Their short form is like if you want to search on that particular payment card industry data security standard, then the short form is PCI DSS. Okay, they also identify the potential risk associated with data breaches, service interruptions, or non-compliance with regulatory requirements as well. Okay, then we have due diligence. This stage involves conducting a thorough evaluation of the third party's capabilities, their reputation, and overall risk profile. Okay, actually in this step, organizations may review the third party's financial statements, their security policies, and their business continuity plans as well. And they also conduct site visits or interviews to ensure compliance with required standards as well. Like in our example, the bank conducts due diligence by reviewing the payment processing company's financial statements, their security policies, and by conducting interviews with their security team as well. They also assess their disaster recovery and business continuity plans to ensure they align with the bank's requirements. Okay, at number 4, we have contractual and legal considerations. In this step, organizations establish contracts and legal agreements that outline the responsibilities, the obligations, and liabilities of both parties. Okay, this includes like defining security requirements, data protection measures, breach notification procedures, and also compliance with relevant regulations. Like in our example, the bank establishes a contract with the payment processing company that outlines their security expectations, their confidentiality requirements, and data protection measures as well, and also liability provisions in case of any breaches or any non-compliance. Okay, then in next step we have ongoing monitoring. Like basically once the relationship is established, continuous monitoring is necessary to ensure ongoing compliance with agreed upon standards. Okay, this involves periodic assessments, audits, and performance reviews of the third party. In this step, organization may also use automated tools to monitor the third party security posture, and also detect any changes or any vulnerabilities as well. In our example, the bank continuously monitors the payment processing company's security practices, okay, their performance, and their compliance with the agreed upon standards as well. They also periodically assess the company's security controls, and also conduct audits to identify any vulnerabilities or any non-compliance issues as well. Okay, the next step is incident response and remediation. Okay, in the event of a security breach, data loss, or other incidents, organizations must have a well-defined incident response plan that includes the involvement of the third party. Okay, like basically, if we talk about our example, in the event of a security incident or breach involving the payment processing company, the bank collaborates with the third party payment processing company in order to investigate about the incident, and they also remediate any damages as well. Okay, they have an incident response plan that outlines the roles, the responsibilities, and also the communication channels between the bank and the payment processor as well. Okay, then we have termination and transition. Like if a third party relationship is terminated, organizations need to have plans in place to ensure a smooth transition, and the secure transfer of data and services to an alternative vendor, or back in house as well. Like if we talk about our example of a bank, if the bank decides to switch to another payment processing company, or bring the processing in house, they must have a plan in place to ensure a smooth transition. Okay, like basically it includes securely transferring of customer data, coordinating the transition period, and ensuring continuity of service for customers as well. Okay, so by following this third party risk management framework, the bank can effectively identify, assess, and mitigate the risk associated with its relationships with the payment processing company. Okay, and they also ensure the security and integrity of customer transactions as well. So that is all about our today's topic on third party risk management framework. I have tried my best to explain you each step with clarity and by including examples. So I hope you like this video and it's useful for you. Please let me know in the comment section if you like it, and in next upcoming video we will cover third party risk management process. That is our last part on a topic of third party risk management. Okay, all the links are in the description of this video. So if you like this video, thumbs up. Do appreciate our hard work in creating this particular video for you by subscribing our channel Knowledge Topper, as well as like our Facebook page, and do join our Facebook group as well, where you will find a lot of good material, not just related to these topics but for many other different courses as well. So this is it for this video. Thank you so much everyone. It's time to say bye bye.